Skunk Hair Ninjas, what is going on this Freaky Friday? And you know on Freaky Friday, there's always something freaky going around on Friday, such as rain. Yes, believe it or not, having rain is a freaky thing. We've been in due for some rain for a while now, and the yards are starting to look just a little bit crispy. And so we finally got some. It was piss pouring rain for what I was told last night, and of course I saw it this morning because everything was wet, but I didn't hear anything. I was out cold. Topped off Tiny. Hey, gas prices are skyrocketing, ninjas. So just stopped here at the Ninja gas station. I don't know if you can see, but $2.85 and diesel is $2.95. If it goes over $3, I'm gonna have to start changing my prices on some of those yards that I didn't adjust this year, because I mean, I used to be able to fill up Tiny for 15 bucks, 16 bucks, just under $20. It was like $32 just to top Tiny off. It's insane. So anyway, hope you ninjas are doing good. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. I did. I've been really busy and just trying to get as many as I can. So I haven't really been able to make any videos. So we're not gonna do it here because I gotta get moving and I gotta get some progress going here, because I'm just sitting here at the gas station. But I wanna talk about this and I wanna talk about that. You don't have to worry about warm drinks, and you don't have to worry about constantly stopping and buying drinks from a gas station. Again, money, it's a money pit. But I had something happen yesterday to Tiny, and I have no clue how it happened. So I get back in the truck from one of the yards yesterday, and I'm, you know, just as any other yard, and all of a sudden I notice something, and I'm like, what the heck? Look at that. And yesterday, it was about right here, and now it's all the way down here. So I'm wondering if this is where it's gonna stop or if it's gonna keep going. Now, the funny part is you can't see it from the outside. I'm guessing due to the tinted windows, but you can definitely see it from the inside. When you are parking at your yards, you never really want to park right there in front of your yard where you have to weed eat an edge. I have only just 2 or 3 where I have nowhere else to park, literally. That's my only spot. If I ever come up on that yard and that spot is taken, I would have to leave and come back another day or something. So that's that, and this didn't happen yesterday at any one of those yards. So I normally always, and this is from past experience, park a little bit away from my yard, at least the truck part, right, not the trailer. So that way when I'm edging and weed eating, you know, I don't sling nothing on the truck. And then this happens. So obviously we'll see how this ends up going. If it ends up, it looks like it like went up and it's kind of coming this way. So we'll see if it'll stretch. I'm gonna have to get that fixed eventually. I mean, it's just ugly looking, and you know, it could probably get worse over time, especially in the winter. So that's what happened with Tiny. Tiny got damaged yesterday. I have no idea how that happened. Has that happened ever to you ninjas? And that's it. That's the Freaky Friday, besides the gas prices going crazy. We'll see ya. Ninjas, this does not look good. So I've knocked out a couple, just pulled up to this one, and I feel it, man. I feel the rain. I think it's piss pouring rain just about a mile or 2 away from here. I don't know, here it comes. Man, oh man. I gotta use the 61 for the front because I'll knock it out faster, but sucky part is the backyard. I gotta use the 52 because it's a small gate. The 61 can't fit.
No, there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'll be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let them know who you are. Flying up in a bar.
Still coming down, but it's eased off some. So this is what I get when I decide to mow right as the rain starts to freaking come down. Anyway, like I said, I got to take the 52 to do the back, so let's knock that out and then we'll see how it looks when I start trimming. But as I was saying, that needs an oil change, and I may be putting on the Spartan while I can get to the oil change. We'll see. But anyway, so that's what I get. I got caught in it. Look at my pants.
Didn't even get to cross.
Actually, there's the impact right there. And you can see it a little bit from the outside. I didn't see that last night because by the time I got home, it was really dark already. But yeah, must have been a rock. So as a lot of you ninjas know by now, things are only going to get hotter from here. Even though right now, of course, my phone goes off when I start recording. We have had some rain, and actually with me getting wet on that yard, I'm actually a little chilly, so I might have to put my hoodie on. If you watched the last video, then by now you know what happened to me. And heat exhaustion is take it very serious, because as I mentioned, if you don't pay attention to it, you don't catch it, and you don't try to prevent it in the future, then you're gonna get to the part of heat stroke, and you don't want that. That's a whole nother level. So this is not just a cooler. I have made a video on this before, but now that I'm actually using it, I got it inside the truck, and it's going to be with me from here on out on a daily basis. Figured I'll give you a little quick update about it. So this is a miniature, well, I say miniature because I mean, you know, it is mobile. You can bring it with you wherever you go. It is a freezer slash fridge slash cooler, so it's like a 3-in-1. So freezer, because you can go ahead and set the temperature way below freezing, okay? Fridge, because you can keep things cold. And if you choose not to use any of those, because there is a compressor in here, you can still use it as a regular cooler if you decide to put some ice in there, and if you want to go that route. This is by Ice Co. And they have obviously different sizes. They have smaller ones. They have even, I believe, bigger than this. And, you know, for whatever the occasion or whatever you might be doing. I think, like, I've seen some super smaller ones, like for truck drivers. You know what I mean? Because they don't have a lot of room. I'm talking about semi-truck drivers. So they have smaller ones, but they have some bigger ones. But this one is, I believe, a 42 count, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that, but I believe it's either a 42 or 47, but somewhere in there. And 42 count of like Coke cans, okay? So if you're putting a bottle of water in there or gallons of water or something, you're obviously not going to have that much room. You're not going to be able to put 42 of them in there, but it's still honestly plenty. Even if it was just me and another guy with me working, if I fill this up, it'll last us for a while. Hey, check that out, beauty scar, right? So be careful when you're trimming, especially if you've got all kinds of, not to get off topic, but if you've got all kinds of ivy and things like that. Yeah. Anyway, so here it is. I do have some Powerades in there and just some water. That gallon of water right there is taking up most of the space, but you do have this little basket as well if you want to put your snacks and stuff. But if you choose not to, you can actually take this out and just have more room. Pretty good insulated, so once it reaches the temperature that you set it to, it'll keep that temperature for a good amount. As it should. A good cooler should do that. Now, you can charge this 2 different ways, unless you're using it for an ice cooler, right? Then you don't need to charge nothing. Just put some ice in it. So here's the cable, here's the digital display, and temporarily at the moment, because I knew today wasn't even as hot, nor did I have a full day, you can plug it in the cigarette lighter, and it'll charge just like that. Now, some trucks, and this is one thing I don't understand, ninjas, and I wish It's one thing that I do not like about Tiny. Okay, so some trucks will have power to those things at all times, and I'm not sure if you have to go up on a trim package level higher up to get that, but Tiny, that's not the case. Tiny, it only gets contact to those things when you actually turn the key. And so it sucks on that part, because not just for the cooler, but like if I want to leave my phone in here, if my phone, let's say, is dying on battery, what's the point of leaving it plugged in when I don't have the power? So that's the only downfall about Tiny. But anyway, besides the point. So you can charge it up just like this through a cigarette lighter, or let's go on the other side, you can get yourself a power station. This power station that I got is from DeWalt, and DeWalt, it's good. I mean, you can jump a car with it if you have an emergency. You can charge all your stuff through USB, or you can use it as an AC right there. This is not the best, strongest one that's out there. I was really looking at some and I was wanting to buy it, but man, they did not have it in stock. And believe me, ninjas, I've been waiting on it for, I want to say 2-3 months, and every couple of weeks I'd check in on it and they were still out of stock. I'm sure a lot of you will know what I'm talking about when I mention the name, but there's a company that makes these that is a lot better, actually. A lot more power, a lot longer lasting, holds power longer, but it's called Jackery, by Jackery. And you've got different ones. You got like the 300, 500, or 1,000. And I was always wanting to get at least that 500, 600, or 1,000, and they just wouldn't have them in stock. So I ended up getting this because I had a gift card, and I was doing a little shopping, and then I came across this. I'm like, you know what? I'll get it for now and see how it does. And if Jackery ever becomes available, then I may go that route. But this is not bad. This is not bad. So you have your, right here, you have your, you know, tire inflator, so you can put air in it. You can jump it. USB stuff. I charge my headphones, and you can see right here I charge my battery for my GoPro. A lot of you have been asking, what headphones do I use? This is by The Rock. They actually cracked right there. But I mean, I put some use out of them, so you know, I like them because it cancels out a lot of the noise from the mower, but it's not too loud, but loud enough where I can clearly, comfortably listen to my music. And I don't know how you ninjas are, but I have to have music when I'm trimming and mowing. If I don't, I am not a happy camper. I do not like, I'm just so used to it. I've done it for years. So anyway, you can power that cooler through a power station if you get yourself one, whether you get the Jackery or the DeWalt. I'm sure there's other brands, but from what I've read and all the reviews and stuff, the Jackery is the top of the line. But this does for now. Now, a lot of you have asked me if I plug the cooler in with this all day, how often do I have to charge this power station? And honestly, ninjas, to tell you, I don't know. I don't have the answer for that just yet. I haven't charged this thing in a whole week and a half, because I've been only using it for my battery stuff. If you only use this for your battery stuff and your headphones, you can comfortably go on 2 weeks. But I haven't charged it, like I said, in a week and a half. And I plugged it in yesterday, and it drained this all the way down to 1. As you can see right now, it's full bars. But that's because it wasn't charged. So I charged it last night, but I didn't plug it in today because I was like, you know what? It's not even that hot right now. I don't need it to be running all the time. If I plug it into Tiny, it only runs when Tiny's running, and you know, it reaches the temperature, and it keeps the temperature pretty good. I mean, my drinks, if they stay anywhere between, I mean, 34, 35 degrees is, that's awesome. But you know, anything 40, 50 degrees, I'm good. I just don't like warm drinks. And with that cooler, you never have to worry about warm drinks again. I'm hanging up my hat to dry because I got caught in that customer's yard, and the hat is drenched. By the way, I'm almost done with that yellow line, and I ended up getting some of the 105 Gator line square. I haven't even opened it yet or tried it, so I will keep you posted on this and see how it does. The one thing I don't like about the yellow line, at least in the 105, I'll go show you. And there it is. You can see I'm almost done with it. I mean, I've got a little bit more left, but I like it and it does good, don't get me wrong. But here's what I've noticed, and this is just a small example. They split right on the end, and they've been doing that ever since I started using it. Even that one, look at that. Still does the job, don't get me wrong, but when they split like that, you can definitely feel the difference on your trimmer. And I don't know if that's just because it's 105 or if it's just because of this particular line, because I've never used this before. Any kind of yellow line I call the ugly line, but I know this is not the ugly line. This is, what is this? I can't even tell right now. Oh well. So that's the only downfall on that, but I'm still using it. I'm gonna finish it up and then we'll use the other one and see how that does. And once I turn the key and give contact, I don't know if you can really hear, but the compressor kicks on, and right now currently it's at 41. So you can adjust it if you want the eco, where it doesn't come on as often but still keeps it cool, or if you want the max, so you can turn it off or turn it on. You can drop it all the way down to 0. Now obviously you don't want that because all your drinks are going to be just completely frozen. So I don't even put it at 32. I put it right above it, around 34. You got your little cup holders up here where you can put stuff, maybe little snacks in here like M&Ms. There it is, it's kicked on again. Or your phone or whatever, and you can definitely use this if you happen to have this in the bed of your truck and you run the line or something. You could use this up here for whatever, but definitely got some cup holders and a little tray right here. It's great. Every time you stop at the gas station, you get a couple of drinks and maybe a snack. I'm telling you, ninjas, 20 bucks, boom, just like that. But also it's just the timing, and I'm getting pretty tired of constantly, especially, like June, July, August, having to stop every morning and get ice. And that costs money, even though, it's pretty reasonable, If you go to one of those ice machines, gas station ice is expensive. I mean, you're talking $3 a bag or something. But if you go to one of those ice machines, you can probably get it for like $1.50, $1.75. But, you do that every day, all summer long. Not only is it going to cost you, it'll add up. But if you're not worried about that, it's time. It's all about time. And if you can prevent having to stop somewhere where it's going to take 5, 10, 15 minutes of your day, and it's something that you're having to do every day, you're going to see the difference in the long run. So anyway, that is that. Like I said, they got bigger ones. They have even smaller ones. I think this is a 42 count. And they have different colors, of course. They have white, they have camouflage, I think. They got the blue and black. They've got all kinds. A lot of times they might be out of stock, but they get them in. So anyway, this is by Iceco. They do have an Instagram page if you want to check them out. Or if you just want to go to their website, which is Iceco Coolers, I believe, icecocoolers.com. Or if you just Google Iceco Coolers, it'll pull right up. And I'll keep you posted how it continues to treat me during these hot upcoming months. All right, ninjas, I hope that has helped you if you're in the market. I feel like Tiny's falling apart, man. So my def level range, refill soon light came on. The other day, my water thingy for my windshield came on saying low. And what I just discovered, since it started raining and I haven't really been using it, is, I don't know if you can tell, but my windshield wipers, the rubber is like dragging. And it's not, here, watch. See how it's not wiping? Especially right here. So, time for some new windshield wipers. So now that the rain has stopped, I could technically go do 1 or 2 more, at least 1, because I mean it's 7 o'clock, and by the time, you know, it's gonna get dark on me. But I'd rather not. I'm wet, and I don't know. I just want to go home and upload this video hopefully on time for once with for you ninjas. But at least to give you a couple of updates that some of you have been asking me, and you feel like that I've just not given you an update and kind of left you hanging. So any update with Karen? Not really. So just stay tuned on that, seriously. There's just nothing new. I am mowing her neighbor. I was supposed to do it today, but because of the rain stuff, so I'll do it tomorrow. So that's the update with that. The rock for around the beds around my house, it's been finally in. It's just me having to find the time to go and pick it up. So that's that. And the LA, there's definitely updates on that, but I don't want to talk about it right now because it's long, and like I said, I've got plenty on this video for you ninjas. If you are using that and plug it into your truck, and if you're worried about will it drain the battery off my truck, if you turn the max off and put it on eco, it'll actually sense when it's close to draining all of your battery where it won't start your truck, and it'll kick off. It'll shut off, so it will never kill your truck. So that's pretty cool. One last thing before we part ways here. If you decide to get one of these coolers, use the code sgninjas10. And so sometimes they run specials, and you can still use the same code for 20% off. If it's not 20%, it's at least 10%, but it's sgninjas10. And like I said, it's either 10 or 20%, but sometimes they run specials, and that same code will work for 20%. And if not, then it's at least that 10%. But hey, save you a little money, because these things are not cheap. It's a big investment. It's a good investment, but if you can save some money, why not? So sgninjas10. Thank you, ninjas. I appreciate you tuning in. Stay tuned for much more videos coming up, hopefully one tomorrow and maybe even Sunday. I've got quite a few topics I'd like to share with you and cover, and we got to do an oil change coming up as well, so I'm going to try to some point squeeze that in. I got to do the power chute design on the 52. It's just been a really crazy last couple of weeks, but you know, I can only do what I can do and how much I can do as a one person. So all right, take care, appreciate you.
Saving green.
And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.